Hey yo, what is up guys? Your boy is back, and I'm going to tell you guys a little story real quick before we get talking about the game here. So I think I was probably about in grade 8 when I actually got into this playthrough channel called EHC Film. I believe their videos are still on YouTube because occasionally I'll go and watch some of their videos. They were the first playthrough channel I actually really got into, and they weren't a very, very big channel, much like myself. Not big at all, pretty much outside of your friends and family are pretty much the only ones who really watch your video, and occasionally you get some random comment from some person. Uh, yeah, EHC Film, I think they had about 500 subscribers, or maybe over 1,000 subscribers. Anyways, their biggest videos were their Sly Cooper playthroughs, and then I started watching some of their other videos, and I think about the summer right after I finished grade 8, they were making Mr. Blue was making a video playthrough of him playing this game here, Alan Wake. Now, not the remaster. It was back when it was on the 360, and I was really I thought the game just looked absolutely amazing, and man, it had that awesome mountain range, and how it took place in this very mountainous area, very, like just a small town out in the middle of the mountains that you'd love to live in, which is where I kind of currently live. Which is why I actually really, like, the whole game itself just really inspired me, and sort of in a way inspired my life, in I guess a sense there, because, I guess I really wanted to live in an area like where the game takes place. Now, getting to the part of the video, I've never actually played the game, and I don't know anything else about the game since I was in, grade 8, going into grade 9. I haven't really, gotten to play it or watched anything about it or know much about it in that sense. So this is why I'm really looking forward to playing the game and telling you guys my thoughts on it. I'm not going to do, a full review. I'll probably just play, a few hours of it and give my thoughts and, tell you guys what I think about it. Or maybe this could be a video that takes place over time, so it might be, a vlog, video game kind of challenge going thing here. Anyways, well, let's get into it and see what the game's like. Alright guys, so I just completed episode 3 of Alan Wake, and I'm just about to start episode 4, so I'm about halfway done the game. My understanding is that there's about 6 episodes, and so far I like the game, though it does have some strange issues. I don't really like a lot of the combat too much. Not so much that the combat itself isn't unique and fun. I like the idea with the flashlight, and then you get rid of the darkness, and then you're able to shoot them. However, sometimes it does take a lot longer if you don't have any flares or anything like that to kill off the enemies. So it can be kind of a pain in the ass, especially if there's, when you're trying to get one enemy, and then there's an enemy with a projectile, and then when you're trying to kill them off, you gotta, turn, while at the same time having to re-energize your battery, and then, next thing you know, your gun's not loaded, so you're waiting forever to reload your gun, which I guess goes with the whole survival horror aspect of the game. However, I don't think it's done too well, because the enemies move a lot faster, but it is a survival horror game, so yeah, so I understand the aspect of that. I don't really get too scared, because the enemies, they all look the same, so it's not like, oh no, the enemy's coming to get me. It's like, fuck off, you piece of shit. That's more, that's more, it's not like the zombies in Resident Evil, where you actually kind of fear them, or Mr. X in Resident Evil. So, yeah, also, another thing I found kind of tough to get used to at first was the L button is your dodge button, which is also the sprint button, which I don't like. I wish the circle button was the dodge, and then the L was your sprint. So, yeah, that's just something I wish, but you kind of get used to it after a while. I just find it like a strange design choice to not, because every other game has circle as your dodge, but I don't know, and every time I'd go to dodge, I'd hit circle, and I'm like, fuck, I got hit again. So, yeah, I really am enjoying the graphics, and the story of the game is really interesting. It keeps you invested the entire time, and you do want to see what happens next. And now I am guessing, is this all kind of in Alan's head kind of thing? Is he schizophrenic? And yeah, is Alice was she even real, or is she just a nurse or something? Or, well, I guess it can't, because Barry, he's also in the game, so he's kind of confirmed that Alan is a big-time writer, or it's just kind of interesting. Are we getting a Silent Hill aspect here? I know there's going to be some kind of twist. I'm waiting for there to be some kind of big twist reveal. I mean, it's kind of based off. Apparently, that's very much based off Lovecraft and Stephen King. This is what I'm getting the sense is where the story's from. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to playing. So far, I'm liking the game, though. The gameplay can be kind of a pain in the ass at some points in time. Also, you have these strange platforming kind of elements, and it's just like this game's not really a platformer, and nor should it really be putting that into the game. So, oh well. Also, another thing I wanted to add, I really like the audio and the music in the game, and like the little TVs and radios. I find that to be really, really cool, and it really adds to the world of the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna get back to playing, and I'll let you guys all know what I think when I finish it. Alright, so I beat the game, and I wanted to say that song War by Poet of the what? I have it right here. Poet of the Fall is a really good song, and I really recommend listening to it because it's really good, and it was in, I believe, at the end of episode 4, which, speaking of episode 4, I really, really enjoyed, and it was my favorite section of the whole game. And yeah, I love all the way from the psych ward and you being in like the little, like, it wasn't like the craziest mental hospital. It was actually quite nice as terms of mental hospitals go in video games, but it was really cool all the way up to the Valhalla Rock concert, which was the Anderson brothers' home. And I like how like they renamed themselves, and the guy named Thor was holding his little hammer, and the other brother Odin, who had his little eye patch on like Odin. So I actually really enjoyed episode 4, and I love that episode a lot. I did get used to the controls a lot better towards the towards the second half of the game, and I really got into it. And yeah, it made things a lot easier once I kind of like got used to everything. So it wasn't as frustrating at that point. Yeah, so as I said earlier about that song, the music in this game was so good. And yeah, there was just a lot of really, really good tracks that just really fit the vibe of this game, and I really, really enjoyed them. And also, I gotta mention, Barry Wheeler is awesome, and he's sick, and he was probably my favorite character in the whole game. He was really funny. And I like how in episode 5, you actually get to work together with the sheriff, I can't remember, Sarah Shepard, I think her name was, and Barry, he also joins the game. And yeah, it really makes the whole like experience of the game a lot more fun. It kind of got away, like the first half was a bit more survival horror than this one. You got backup, so it really helped out the gameplay. I think that's probably what helped my experience, because through the first 3 episodes, you're pretty much on your own, kind of dealing with stuff. But I would also like to say I would replay this game in a heartbeat, and yeah, I might actually just replay it. That's actually how much I enjoyed playing this game. It really did live up to the hype, and I had a lot of fun with it. So if I had any cons, there is no sequel, so it does sort of hurt the end of the game a little bit when it's like, what happens? And then another thing I will say, which also hurts the remaster, is that most remasters, they come with DLC. Like the BioShock came with all the DLC it needed, and yeah, so that kind of sucks that you don't get to play Alan's American Horror Story for this. So I don't know if it's on PSN or not, I haven't looked, but it's something I would consider adding. But yeah, I really hope we get it. I think we are going to get a sequel to the game, and when I can get more information about that, I'll make a separate video. So, yeah, that's it. Alan Wake, guys. This game, discovered it back when I was in, grade 8. I was watching EHC Films playthrough of it, and yeah, now here I am. I finally got my chance to play it, and it lived up to the hype. I beat it so quickly. I was up. I got so into it that I was just up playing it. I'm like, I can't stop. I have to keep going. It was just that addictive. So, yeah, that was Alan Wake. Alright, so being that we're at the end of the video here, I will say I'm working on my Thor vs. Hulk comic book review. So that should be coming up pretty soon here. I'm really trying to get through that. And yeah, if you guys really like this video, I'm going to do one with Sly Cooper also, or maybe another game. I will have to see what other ones I decide to do, but I'm happy my first one was Alan Wake, and yeah, get out and pick it up, guys. It is really fun. Peace out.